You've probably seen this effect in one of my recent posts, the dynamic horizontal text animation that looks clean, smooth, and powerful. And today I'm going to show you exactly how to create it in under 5 minutes. Step 1. The initial text setup. Let's start by adding this background. You'll find it in the asset file in the description. First up, right-click in the viewer to enable your guides for easy positioning. Then, add a Text Plus node to the workspace and connect its output to the background. Go ahead and write your word. Here, you can change the font, size, and position as you need. Step 2. Fade in animation. Go to frame 0 and swap to the Shading tab. Make the opacity 0 and put a keyframe. Then, go 10 frames forward and bring it back to 1. For a blur-in effect in the softness section, add keyframes for X and Y at 0 on frame 10. Then return to frame 0 and increase the softness to 1. Now, open the spline editor, select all those keyframes, and press S to smooth them out. Remember, with Ctrl+T, you can adjust the easing. Step 3 coloring effect, go to the text section, right-click, and choose Follower. Swap to the Modifiers tab and put the delay to 1. Go to frame 0 and then swap to Shading tab and put a keyframe for the coloring. Then move 20 frames and change the color to black. After that, change the white color to other color if you like. Now copy your text node and paste it in the workspace to add your second text. Connect it, change the text, and adjust its size and position. Since we want this to start after the first text, open the keyframes graph, select all the keyframes for this second text, and move them forward a couple of frames. Step 4. Building the second scene. Now I'll add another Text Plus node to the workspace. Write your word and adjust it like before, but this one doesn't need animation, and make sure the color is black. Copy and paste it to add your second static text, merge them together, and make your adjustments. Next step, select all Text Plus nodes, and open the keyframes graph. The goal here is simple. We need the first 2 animated texts to end at frame 50, and the last 2 static texts to start at frame 50. But here's a common problem. If we connect these 2 groups into a normal merge node, the second group will disappear after frame 50 because the background input ends. The fix is to use a multi-merge node. Add a new background, connect it to the multi-merge's background input, and of course, make the alpha 0. Then, connect your 2 groups of text into the multi-merge, and the problem is fixed. Step 5. Directional blur transition. Now, time to make the transition. For that, we need a directional blur node. At frame 50, drag the length slider all the way up and put a keyframe. Go back 5 frames to frame 45 and return the length to 0. Then go 5 frames forward to frame 55 and return it to 0 again. Open the spline graph, select all the keyframes, and press F to flatten them. I want it to start fast and end fast, so follow my graph to create a sharp peak. Now for the trick to make this blur disappear cleanly. We need a brightness/contrast node. If we decrease the highlights, you won't see much change until you apply the alpha channel. And that's it. We can adjust the sharpness as we need. If you notice the color of the first text changing, just uncheck the color channels in the options. For this gradient edge, we can open the keyframe graph and make the brightness node start at frame 40. Step 6. 3D zoom effect. For the final zooming animation, I'll convert this to 3D space. So, delete the Marge node and instead add an image plane 3D. Then add a camera 3D and a renderer 3D. Connect everything up to the media out, and add an image plane 3D also to brightness contrast node and connect it to 3D Marge node. Now, just select the camera and in its transform section, increase the Z translation to pull it back. To make this easier to control, split the screen and drag the Merge 3D node to the first viewer. Then change its view by right-clicking in the view and from camera select left. Now, if we select the image plane 3D, we can adjust the depth more easily. So move the background back and in the inspector tool, increase the size to fit the screen. To make the animation, select the camera and add a transform 3D node. At frame 0, we want to decrease the Z translation value. Go to frame 50 and increase the value, then go to the last frame and decrease again. In the spline graph, select all the keyframes, right-click, choose Easing, and then choose Cubic Back Out to make a nice bounce effect. And that's it. You've got it. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.